Let's solve the problem. Let me tell you about a lost journey of wealth and power. I'm literally saying please don't bother me at the annual meeting rehearsals that day. I signed a layoff agreement without reading it, and whoops. Over 300 co-workers lost jobs instantly. Who would dare to do anything now? This is no ordinary business card, buddy, this is a total loss of sanity. Hey, old who, where on earth did you get this info? No, seriously, how did it turn into a mess like this? No way, you got to see this. That day, my apprentices came to me, presenting that agreement. Look, they even brought out what they called defective samples. They claimed the defect rate at the standard factory was 3.5 per thousand with a tall tale. I knew that was just plain wrong. To uncover the truth, I launched a covert probe, akin to a detective tale, revealing the defective goods went from our factory. Turns out this was all Jeffrey's prank. He was pulling strings with Ewing Genjai and Old Monkey, just to find an excuse to shut down the standard factory, lay off the chairman, while I was just sitting on the sidelines watching the show. Ironically, amid layoffs, the company planned to spend 60M on an annual meeting. Wow, I've seen capitalism's bias. So cold during layoffs, but splurging like a millionaire when it comes to parties. My jaw literally dropped. The desperate gazes of the laid-off workers contrasted sharply with the dazzling lights on the annual event stage, like they were silently screaming inside. Thinking of all this, I was engulfed in guilt and pain, determined to confront Mojai and the chairman with the truth. But he told me that if the truth got out, we could all lose our jobs. Ugh, this is a moral pickle, isn't it? But hey, over 300 jobs could vanish because of your hesitation. Doesn't your conscience hurt? Thomas sold the positions, Peter messed up the transfers, and Ewing Genjai swapped those parts. Don't pin this blame on me. This whole scenario isn't looking too bad. Everyone knows him not to blame. In the blink of an eye, I felt like an ant on a hot griddle, and now I wanted to argue, but I've known about this mess for ages. You knew you messed up, but I only found out when I got promoted to assistant manager. You know what, I regret it now. I want to turn back the clock. Can we go testify together? Mojai snatched the evidence from my hand and dashed towards the rooftop edge faster than a zombie in Plants vs. Zombies. He cried as he recounted his grievances, saying, I can't sacrifice myself just for the standard factory. I'm just a regular worker. Looking at Mojai, I felt mixed emotions. I understood his fear, but what about those 300 plus workers? Where does that leave them? You know deep down, what good is compromise? Is there really a reason for all this? Power rests in their hands, and I don't want to play the sycophant. Doesn't my hard work deserve recognition? But those executives treat us like props. They've backed us hard-working regulars to the edge of a cliff. Once they start firing the executives, they realize those guys could bring the entire company down and were just as burdened. Their words were like a thunderclap in my ear, almost deafening me, but I understood that if we shrink back now, what about the future of those 300 plus workers? Can those who brought the company to its knees just kick back and relax? Are you really okay with that? Enough is enough. Do you really want to keep living like this? Then shouldn't we just take action? Even if we lose our jobs, we'll pull down guys like who joining with us. In the end, we reached a consensus to expose Jeffers and Thomas' conspiracy at the annual meeting. It's going to be epic. But just then, Jeffers and Thomas showed up out of nowhere, trying to buy us off like we're on sale. They offered us promotions in exchange for our silence. It felt like I was being treated as a commodity. A salary of 1.5 million? Are you kidding me? This all sounds way too ridiculous. Hearing that 1.5 million salary didn't thrill me, it was more like a bad joke. This made me realize that in the workplace, hard work doesn't count for much. The real game revolves around power and profit. $1.5 million a year sounds tempting, but I want to trade the future of the company and those 300 plus workers for this vanity. I've made up my mind. You think bribing me for a promotion works? Am I that cheap? I thought it through. If I agree, everyone will think those defective items were made by us. This place is my youth and pride, and when Jeffrey saw we wouldn't budge, he started playing hardball. At the crucial moment, my coworkers showed up to rescue us, and I felt an overwhelming surge of excitement. With everyone's help, we rushed towards the venue, our spirits soaring high. The host and performer slowed down the pace deliberately, buying time to give us a shot. The moment the lights illuminated me, I knew the battle was about to reach its climax, and it was exhilarating. Subtitles. Finally, we stood on the stage, unveiling the darkness and injustice that lurk in the workplace, our voices resonating with thunderous clarity. It was truly awe-inspiring. I was ready to turn the tide at any moment, and when I saw Whoosh If You Find Me, I realized those theories had turned into a joke. Although I felt a bit dazed, it didn't matter. The key was our united strength. Queuing for beers to secure our futures. This is definitely the best survival strategy. Ultimately, we rallied to our cause, and the storm within has finally settled. Don't forget to subscribe.